And I just wanted to give you a few tips because we certainly have had a lot of flooding from Hurricane Milton, and we just want to make sure you're staying as safe as possible.
With all the standing water left by Hurricane Milton, mosquitoes are becoming a concern. Mike Martin is the chairman of the board of the East Flagler Mosquito Control District.
What we're concerned about at this point is floodwater mosquitoes because they lay their eggs in soil that somehow the mosquitoes know is prone to flood, and the mosquito eggs can remain viable for up to 7 years. And when that area does flood, the eggs activate and they hatch. In about 7 to 10 days, you get adult mosquitoes. So you want to start looking to make sure that you remove all the standing water around your house that you possibly can. Obviously, if you live in a low-lying area, you're not going to be able to sweep it uphill. So, but do the best you can to remove any source of standing water. You want to make sure that you don't have any containers that have gotten flooded, flower pots, dog bowls, or anything else. We don't need container mosquitoes, and they breed in those small protected containers. So just use common sense. We'll be out there working to protect you as we always do.
If you are experiencing mosquito problems, go to flaglermosquito.gov. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, October 14th. If Hurricane Milton caused damage to your property, you might need to hire a contractor.
Anna Maria Long, the executive officer at the Flagler Home Builders Association, urges Flagler County residents to use only licensed contractors to do storm repairs.
I don't use the word unlicensed contractor because that's not a thing. You cannot be an unlicensed and a contractor. We don't call someone practicing medicine without a medical license an unlicensed doctor.
So the county says do not hire an unlicensed person. Long said on a recent episode of Real Estate Matters with host Toby Tobin that you, the homeowner, will be the one in trouble.
If you hire an unlicensed person to do work in your home, that work will not be covered under homeowners insurance. If that person gets hurt doing work at your home, and let me tell you, some of them are there just to fall off of your roof or get hurt and sue you. They can easily take every penny you've ever earned.
She said that the next owner would have trouble getting a mortgage to buy your house if things are not up to code. Worst of all, Long said your homeowner's insurance company could drop you for using an unlicensed person to fix your hurricane damage. The other rules to keep you safe, Long says do not let an unlicensed person on your property.
Be very careful if anyone going door knocking, oh, let me check for damage on your roof. Sign here. Do not sign.
And above all, do not pay in advance. Real Estate Matters with host Toby Tobin is on WNZF Saturday mornings at 11 and on the Flagler radio app. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. An impaired driver is arrested on his birthday while ignoring the Hurricane Milton curfew.
A Flagler County Sheriff's deputy stopped 57-year-old Steven Speller at the intersection of Belterre Parkway and Palm Coast Parkway during the curfew for Hurricane Milton and found more problems. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
The driver who decided to go out and search for cigarettes during the curfew found that was a very bad decision, especially because he was driving erratically because he was impaired on marijuana. He ended up riding out the rest of the storm at the Green Roof Inn after he was arrested.
The Florida Highway Patrol was requested as a drug recognition expert, and when the trooper interviewed Speller, he admitted to consuming marijuana edibles. Speller then declined to participate in further drug recognition exercises. Sheriff Staley says thankfully Speller was located so he could celebrate another birthday. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
I believe that the city council violated the city charter. The city charter is like the city constitution.
Palm Coast City Council candidates Ray Stevens and Andrew Werner.
Without enough time for an election process, the Lame Duck City Council appointed Charles Gambaro to fill the seat vacated by Kathy Hyder's resignation. Werner gives his take.
I had a couple candidates that I thought were going to be going to do a really good job up there, and I don't know Charles very well. I wish that we could have known more about some of these candidates. Because that's how you make your choice. I think Charles is going to do a great job, and like I said before. When I was at the city council meeting, as I said, we've got some really great city council members who were appointed in the past.
Stevens disagrees with the current council's actions.
As far as the present lame duck city council appointing somebody, I don't think that's fair to the public either, because it should have been done by the new city council that's going to have to work with this gentleman over the next, in this case, 2 years. So I have to take the position that they violated the city charter and they should have let the new city council make that decision.
Tomorrow we'll hear from both candidates as they answer questions about their background. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Daryl Newton.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
This week marks the beginning of the volleyball postseason, and both schools will take their first step towards a district title tonight. The Pirates host the East River Falcons of Orlando at 6. It was a rebuilding year for Matanzas, coming off a 21-win season a year ago. Coach Dawn Moses has been pleased with the results.
And I actually think this particular team has overexceeded my expectations. We had a really tough schedule coming in. The fact that we are right around 500, pretty impressive. We're not last in our district for once. We're actually going to host a game next Monday. That's kind of exciting. And so we'll host, and then we'll have to go face one of the number one teams in the state in Oviedo.
Earlier this year, senior Ashley Samsell noted the Pirates' tough schedule has helped the team grow.
It definitely makes us better. Playing tough teams, they're going to expose our weaknesses. They show us what we need to work on, and we can hang with them, we can beat them, and we just have to bring the energy.
A win sends the Pirates to Oviedo tomorrow. The FPC Bulldogs come off their best regular season in nearly 2 decades. They host Ocala Westport at 6. Their success starts with their captains. Junior Faith Daly says first-year coach Lindsey Stewart has changed the mentality of the team.
We see it just as we're playing on the court. We can see it, we feel it. So I think we can make it far, especially since we have the mindset that we want to.
Senior Dillis Malasubi, who is also class president, says the Dogs have unlimited potential.
It's definitely a mindset, but we're slowly changing our mindset, and I definitely think that we could make a team in the States, honestly.
The winner plays DeLand on the road tomorrow. Cross country, FPC was in New York City this weekend for the Manhattan College Invitational in the Bronx, featuring 294 schools from 14 states. The girls placed 5th in their division, led by a top 10 by Peyton Sarasi and Ariana Slaughter in the top 15. The boys finished 8th, led by Jevin Luna's top 25 run. Saturday's Matanzas Cross Country Invitational was rescheduled for October 23rd due to Hurricane Milton. Last Friday's Matanzas Pirate football game will be played this Thursday instead at Bellevue. FPC will make an announcement today on the rescheduling of their district game against DeLand. That game will air on the WNZF Sports Network when rescheduled. Follow our Twitter account at WNZF Sports for updates. This is your home for local sports with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.